Hi everyone. I wanted to come on today and do a video on something that um, I have found very useful for myself, and it's called verse mapping. And so I'm going to do verse mapping on Colossians 1, 10 and 11 is the verse that I'm going to do. And it says that you may walk worthy of the Lord, fully pleasing Him, being fruitful in every good work, and increasing in the knowledge of God, strengthened with all might, according to His glorious power, for all patience and long suffering with joy. Now, if you watched my Warbinder video, that's one of the verses that I have in there. And after I do this, I am probably going to use um, that in my Warbinder. And the only thing that you really need for this is the verse that you're going to do written out. You need a thesaurus, and I'm using on my iPad. If you look on my iPad, it's just thesaurus.com. So it's something that's um, doesn't cost you anything. It's just thesaurus.com. And some different color pens. Now, I've written the verse in black, and then I've used all of these colors, and I'll show you how you do that in the video. So let's verse map Colossians 1, 10, and 11. Okay, so the verse that we're going to map is Colossians 1, 10, and 11. So this is the ones that we're going to map. I already wrote the verse out so that you wouldn't have to watch me write it out. And this right here is not a quotation. This is verse 11. So this is 10, this is 11. And how you verse map is first write the verse out like I did, and then we're going to look at the pronouns, and I usually do that in a red pen, and we're going to look at the pronouns. So when you find a pronoun, you circle it. So we're going to circle this one. Then we're going to put above it who that is. Now on this particular verse, I am wanting this to be Jim and I both. Jim and I. Okay, so that's who that is. Now, if you look, there's another pronoun. I'm trying to find it. Oh, right here. Him. And here we're talking about God. So I'm going to put God. And then there seems like there, oh yeah, there's another one. And this is God also. And now you can put, you can skip a line so that you have more room to write, but this one only had 3 pronouns, so that I didn't do that this time. Okay, now what you're going to do, I'm going to take my black pen away for just a minute. And you need enough colors to be able to do this. Now, I've already done it so that I wouldn't have to really think too much. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at parts of this verse that we want to make more clear to us. So if you look, I chose to do fully pleasing. And this time we don't circle, we box in. Fully pleasing. And so then what I do is I bring in my thesaurus, and that's what this is, just thesaurus.com. And what I'm going to put in right here is pleasing. Okay, is that right? Yeah. And we do search. And if you look, it brings you a lot of different words that could be put in the place of pleasing. So down here, I'm going to, with the same color that I boxed it in, I'm going to write some of the words that I might think could go in here. So agreeable, I like that one. Another one might be engaging. And then I'm only going to do about 3. Let's see. How about favorable? Okay. Now I'm going to look at the verse, and with a different pen, I'm going to, let's see, let's do where it says fruitful in every good work. So this is a long section right here, but fruitful in every good work. So there's a couple of words in this one. So let's look up fruitful. Fruitful, and let's see what that brings up. Okay, so here are the words that fruitful brings up. And so for this word, I'm gonna go down here, I'm gonna put fruitful, so since there are a couple of words that I'm gonna be looking at. And let's see, under fruitful, effective. I'm pretty much looking for words that I understand, that make sense to me. Profitable. And maybe successful. I'm kind of going off the side. Now, another word in that section would be work. So I'm going to do work. And so right here, I'm not changing colors since this was all kind of the same section. Okay, so here are the words for work. Job. Let's see. Generosity. Effort. Oh, I like struggle. Okay. So I'll move this out of the way so I can look again. Now I'm going to put this pen away. And let's go with blue this time. And so the next section that, to me, I understand what increasing means, but the word knowledge is my biggest thing. But I'm going to go ahead and put increasing on there too. Okay, so down here I'm going to look at increasing, and what was the other one? Oh, knowledge. Okay, so on these, let's go ahead and put increasing. Let's just see. I understand what increasing means, but sometimes it's just good to look at another word. Let's do expanding. But the one I like the most is growing. Okay. And then knowledge. Did I spell that right? Yeah. Okay. So the word knowledge, let's see. How about observation? You know, the word that I like the most on this one is wisdom. I like the word wisdom. Okay. So the next section, let's see. The next section, let's do strengthened. This orange pen's not very bright. And we're going to go to, let's see, strengthened with all might. Yeah, this pen's not very bright. Not very dark, is it? So our word on this one is strengthened. And might. Okay. So let's look and do strengthened. And so these words, build up. I like that one. And increase. And how about toughen? And then the other word is might. Okay. And let's see. Valor. Oh, I like authority. And how about mastery? Okay. The next section, we're going to do let's do according and all the way to power. Okay, so our words here are going to be glorious and power. Okay, so let's look at glorious. And these words, let's see, glorious. I like beautiful. how about superb? And noble. I like noble. And then under power, I like influence. And skill. But I don't know, power might just have to stay power on this. I don't like those quite as much. Now, I didn't really have another pen, so I had to go to, this is like a crayon kind of thing. Okay, so our last part is going to be all patience and, at least it's dark enough, huh? Long suffering. Okay, so our words here are, I might have to move it up. No, I've got enough room. Okay, so our words are patience. It's not one of my favorite words. And long suffering. Okay, so let's put in patience. Okay. Let's see, humility. I like that one right off the bat, humility. And let's see. Patience. Self-control. Probably perseverance. It's a long word. Perseverance. Okay, let's put long suffering, which I think means about the same thing. So let's look. Okay, under long suffering, diligence, endurance, we got self-control again, and humility again. How about grit? Kind of like grit. Okay, now I'm going to put this aside, my iPad aside, because I have finished with that. Okay, now all my colors can go away, because now I'm going to come back with my pen. And now I've already written it, so I'm not going to try to rewrite it again. So I'm going to just show you how I rewrote it. And so when you're doing this, you need to look at what you wrote, all of these, and your pronouns. Okay, so this is what I wrote, and I'm going to put it underneath the big one. I'm hoping you can see all of this. So I rewrote it as that Jim and I may walk worthy of the Lord. And now here's where I started changing it. Instead of fully pleasing, I put favorable to God. And then being fruitful, being effective in every good struggle, and growing in the wisdom of God. See, I used wisdom because I really like that one. Instead of knowledge, the wisdom of God. I really like that. Instead of strengthened with all might, I put built up with all mastery. And then according to his glorious power, I put according to God's superb power. See, I did use power again. And then for all patience and long suffering with joy, for all self-control and diligence with joy. And so I made this verse more understandable. Is that a good word? And I also made it so that it was very personal to me. This is a verse that I have. If you watched my Warbinder video, this is a verse that I had in there, and so I'm thinking I'm going to redo it and write it just like this, because I really like making it personal to me and making it more understandable. And so that's what verse mapping is all about. So I hope that is helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next video.